It's going down.
We were lit before lit was a saying. Literally iconic.
At 6 p.m. every night, you were in the house watching television.
It really was like the CNN of hip hop and R&B.
Hey, my name is Julissa, and you're watching Making.
I think 106 in Park meant a place where all teens were invited, but built for black teens to find a place where they could see themselves represented on a daily basis, live day.
Welcome to 106 in Park, BT's Top 10 Live.
It was the building block of the culture. It was the cornerstone of the culture. It was the place where everyone came to find out what was happening in the world of popular culture.
Ooh, 106 in Park to the culture is and was everything. I say is because to this day, people reference it. Shoot, people still recognize me off of it, and I wasn't even on there for that long.
I'm Julissa. It's Tuesday, June 6th, and today is definitely going down.
At that time, there was no entity or group that captured the young black teenage girl imagination. Knowing that Rap City had hip-hop, 106 in Park was like, can we do this in the pop realm?
Well, this show was different from TRL, quite honestly, because there was black people on it. It was about us, it was for us, it was by us.
A show can just transcend generations, cultures, but particularly for the culture, it is definitely iconic.
Well, 106 in Park was Stephen Hill's baby.
Oh, Stephen Hill was El Jefe, the boss.
There's the talent, there's the producers, there's the lighting, there's the stage people, there's the live audience and TV, and then there's Stephen.
106 in Park was really formulated the day that Roger Troutman from Zapp passed away. I remember hearing about it on the radio, and that was really the first seed of 106 in Park. How can we react to things that happen? How can we play music immediately? What can we do to make sure that we're timely?
Here's this show, this everyday show that brings you the culture nonstop, the top 10 videos. It brings you all these other things.
It would be not just a video show, but also live culture, live interviews, and really about, I keep using the word culture, but that was a really important part to what 106 was going to be.
Welcome to 106 in Park, BT's Top 10 Live.
What up, 106?
Yeah.
I'm Free.
AJ and Free, the first host of 106 in Park.
There is no 106 in Park without Free and AJ.
AJ and Free till this day, I mean, are iconic to the culture.
I first met Free when she was a 16-year-old intern. There's that intern who's just always curious. It's the one you know who's really gonna make it one day. And so there was a party in the late summer of 2000. We had all these auditions for hosts and just no one fit. No one was right for the gig. And Free comes walking across the room. This could be the answer, because the personality that Free had on 106 in Park was the personality she had when she was 16 years old.
Gosh, they're like the coolest people on TV, especially Free. Her style, everything, so fly.
AJ I had just met, who was originally supposed to help us find a host. But through the night, I watch him as he interacts with people. This could be the guy.
It's not even a conversation. There's nothing for me to follow. There's nothing for me to continue without Free and AJ.
And then we had myself and Tigger. And Tigger's my dog. I love him so much.
After 5 years, AJ and Free left. I would like to clear up the rumor right now. They were not fired. Both of them chose to leave when they chose to leave. I've seen that all over the internet for years.
Out of nowhere, Free makes a departure. And then out of nowhere, AJ makes a departure. And everybody just kind of did this. I was like, yeah.
And they basically told Tigger and I, literally from a Friday to a Monday, we were on 106 in Park.
Our media choices were not hard at all. Julissa had been working on a show already, and Big Tigger, of course, was the OG of all BET hosts.
And then Terrence and Rocsi took it to another planet.
It's official. It is so official.
They held it down for, I think it was like 7 years or something. It was amazing to watch.
And of course, Bow Wow, Keshia,
Bow Wow, Mr. 106 in Park, and Keisha Shante. And then at one point, 106 in Park even tried having, I think it was like 5 hosts at the same time.
Miss Mikey, Pejon, and Reggie Son.
I do remember when 106 in Park first premiered with Free and AJ. You know, I had already been there a little bit doing Rap City, and you know, like they was talking about this new show, and I was like, oh, well, go ahead and spend all the time and energy on the new show. Let's go Rap City, folks. We gonna be all right. But the energy surrounding it was incredible.
And so September 11th, 2000, Free with her afro and AJ in his Aniche leather suit began what was to be 106 in Park.
Monday, September 11th. What's the deal, New York City?
New York in the house. Let me hear y'all.
All right.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to the premiere show of 106 Park, BET's Top 10 Live. We are officially here in Harlem. We are standing on Harlem ground right now, New York, serving up the hottest countdown around every weekday for y'all.
It was a lot of fun with the livest audience and TV.
106 in Park's audience was, usually the term rabid has a negative connotation, but I mean it in the best of ways.
There were days I did not want to be at work, and then the kids would, I'm ready.
Doesn't matter what kind of day you've had, you're going to get hype. You're going to have a good time.
A lot of the credit for the success of the show is due to the audience, making the audience at home feel like, oh, I want to be there, and I want to get that every day.
One of the things I think I enjoyed particularly that 106 contributed was Wild Out Wednesday.
When I say wild out, y'all say Wednesday. Wild out. Wild out.
I gotta admit, I'm a fan of alliteration.
Remember, I started off on 106 in Park as a correspondent in the audience. So imagine being in the audience on a Wild Out Wednesday. I'm gonna give you a second.
Wild Out Wednesday.
I would lose my voice.
Wild Out Wednesday was the thing. Like, the energy was crazy. The fans were crazy.
Freestyle Friday, I believe, was first. One of my favorite moments was watching Jin destroy people.
If you make one joke about right foot karate, NYPD be in Chinatown searching for your body.
We're not just, helping artists that have made it. We're like discovering artists as well in different ways.
Making it to 106 in Park as a new artist was the Mama I Made It moment. Chris Brown, Destiny's Child, early Riri, icons of the music today all began as new artists on 106 in Park.
That was the thing about 106 in Park. We had from upcoming artists to where their careers changed, to A-listers, to mega movie stars, Tom Cruise, and having him do the motorcycle dance. I mean, it's TV gold.
There were opportunities afforded to giant non-black artists, from Madonnas to NSYNCs to Tom Cruise, to join this amazing show, which not only rivaled TRL, but in some ways exceeded it.
106 always was, and you continue to be throughout its existence, about what entertained Black youth. When NSYNC came along, there was a question about, is it only for Black people who entertain Black youth, or anything that entertains Black youth?
There were lots of non-white artists that didn't really speak to us and didn't really care if we paid attention. But there were lots of white artists whose music definitely had a vibe with us as a people, definitely spoke to us, and we did matter to them.
And there was a faction that was like, no, it's for Black folks, white folks got enough places. There's another faction like, if Black folks like NSYNC, then we should be playing NSYNC. And so we got to play NSYNC.
So having those particular artists stop by, I think was a win-win. It, for lack of a way to put it, elevated the platform of the show, that it wasn't just the Black show, even though we were cool with that. But at the same time, it made other white artists say, hey, what you doing over there? I gotta go over there too. And you might not be allowed over here.
Black culture is popular culture, but it's great when the other folks come to our stuff to get delivered to our people.
with social media, you see all kinds of different looks and variations and diversity. But 106 in Park had that way before we are where we are now. It was so important, especially as a young Latina and just as a young woman, seeing a woman like Free being on TV who didn't have this cookie cutter image. I mean, for Free to be so just fly and bring this flavor to whether it was her wardrobe, her hair, to have that freedom of expression, it was groundbreaking.
I don't think they will ever be another situation show like 106 in Park.
It's hard to really describe in totality because if you weren't ever there or ever stepped foot on that set or ever was in the audience of 106 in Park, it's like you can understand the things that I'm saying, but to live them and to experience them firsthand is completely different.
I think it happened at the right time, with the right people, under the right circumstances, and it was right on time.
Arguably, the show that most represented Black culture live on a daily basis in this century. If I had a mic, I'd drop it.